is Tuesday, so we're 5 days away from the class. And I have to finish setting up the goodie bags for my students today. So, I get a lot of stuff. I am also going to get some more tissue paper because I wanted blue, white, and gold because that's the color theme for my class. But this blue is not hidden like I would like it to hit. So it's looking a little not that cute. So I'm gonna go get me some more. But in the meantime, I'm going to just put the bags together anyway, just so that I can have them all together, you know? So in advance, my fiance is on the game, so yeah, there's that. You guys get to see me put some bags together today. So 4 days, just about 4 days, because it's like maybe 11 o'clock right now. But yeah, so it's gonna be great. So just to show you guys what's in the bags, I'm gonna break this one up so you can see. So this is just, I did a mock-up bag last night just to make sure that I had everything so that when I came today that I knew what, you know, all the pieces that I was putting in the bag. So these are pretty hefty bags. Like, my students are very much covered. And I'm so excited because to finally piece everything and put it all together, it's like, it's getting real. It's getting really, really real. Take the tissue paper out. Like I said, I'm gonna get me some more tissue paper just because this is not hitting like I wanted to hit. So first we have, of course, their binders, which has their makeup guides in it. And they will have also, once I print them out, a cover sheet to go in here, as well as their certificates. Say hello to my four-legged assistants today. Say hi. Leave it alone. Say hi. Look. Look at the camera. Okay. He's sitting. But yeah, so these are their makeup guides. Of course, they had to be blue because my colors are blue. Their whole 34-page guide is in this book. This is their holy grail. This is what they'll use to refer back to as they progress through their makeup journey. Just so you can see. And this is the bulk of my class. So I have these for my students to put their product on. That way we're not working on the back of our hands or being really messy. So these are just some paint trays just to keep it clean and cute. They have brush sets, so there are brushes in here. They're brush caddies, right? And some little products. Some of my sponsored stuff is in here too. Like, one of my girls gave me pigments, loose eye pigments. I put everybody some moisturizer samples in here. So that's there. Everybody got little bottles of setting spray. Like so. And this was one of my smartest ideas for this class. I'm really, really happy about this because this saved me some time and some money. Sir, who walks past and just bites at the camera? Anyway, this is the smartest idea ever because I did not have to buy 10 plus bottles of setting spray. Instead, I was able to make them their own little mini bottles. So that's great. And a pencil sharpener. And I'm also going to put their brow pencils and some more goodies in here. And actually, let me show you. That makes so much sense. This is why we do this. This makes so much sense. I'm going to put the rest of my loose sponsor goodies in here. So like, there's this gloss that I have from Bugaboo Cosmetic. I'm also going to put the Jelly Bee glosses in their bag too. But there's that. Then we have one primer. It's the e.l.f. Jelly Primer. Then we also have the e.l.f. Putty Primers, because don't knock e.l.f. because a lot of their stuff are drugstore dupes for high-end products. And because I work with a lot of products, my kit is a mix of drugstore and high-end. These are really good. They're very much comparable to the high-end products that they emulate. Makeup wipes, Then they have their brush and sponge sets, pen and highlighter, of course. They have a pressed face powder, as well as a loose face powder, which I talked about in one of my other videos as I was getting stuff in. Lash glue, and also lashes that were sponsored by another one of my girls. This is from BK Collection, or B Collections, I'm sorry. And everybody gets a pair of lashes as well. We have a concealer from e.l.f. This is comparable to the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. We have our palettes, of course, all from Juvia's Place. Everybody gets an eyeshadow palette. I have different ones. And then there is the blush palettes. Different ones, of course, for different complexions. And then contour palette. Different ones for different complexions. Mascara. And a mirror. And next class that I do, I'm going to do stand-up mirrors. I just thought these were really cute to have. But we live, we learn. I'm going to get the standing ones for next time. And yeah, of course, I'm going to put in some Shop Malibeaux Beauty products in here. Everybody's going to get a gloss. I'm still trying to, I have to count my inventory on lashes to see if I'm giving everybody a lash or if I'm just going to stick with the lashes I was sponsored. And then they also get an eyebrow pencil each. So business cards, of course, we have to have them. I haven't really put any of my products in there yet, the ones that I sell. So far, I only have the stuff that I bought for them, but it's a nice kit. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I know you're wondering, what about foundation? So another smart thing that I did was for foundations, I am giving them sample sizes because it made less sense for me to buy an obscure amount of foundation bottles, and I don't know my girls personally yet, and have all these random extra bottles, than me buying the bottles of the shades that I know that I use most oftenly, that I know will match most of just about everybody, and giving them sample jars of their correct shades. So I do have an assistant, one of my students that I've trained before that's going to be at the class. She's going to be there, and what she'll be helping me do while I'm teaching up front is helping getting them matched with their correct foundation shades as well. So I did sample jars of all of the foundations that I typically use in this line, and we're going to mix and match them to get them their perfect shade. And that way, when they get home and start building their actual kit, because this is just a starter kit, once they start building their kit, they have a shade to refer to in this line that is very accessible for them, that they can just go and get, So I felt like that was smart. One of the smarter things that I did too on my end was doing sample jars of the foundation, because I plan on running this class back a few times a year, of course, right? So I'm going to purchase a kit of foundations just for class use. And I'll continue to do this. I might also start to offer them a drugstore option and a high-end option. Currently, right now, this being my first class, and I just thought about this idea right now. We're gonna stick with this and still give them these options. And then because I know kind of my high-end shades too, and the foundation that I prefer, I can easily match them still, and still give them that to refer to. But for the first class, they only have the drugstore foundation matches. That's what we'll be working with. And then for future classes, now that I just thought about it, I'm going to have the same sample jars with high-end foundation and their drugstore foundations. And these little jars, this is enough for about 2 or 3 uses, especially if, because I know I like to mix, they get 2. There's about 6 uses, just about. That's what we have so far. That's what's going in all the bags. I'm very much excited because the countdown is on for real. Like, my class is Sunday. And I sold out of my very first class in the middle of a pandemic. Who does that? We do that, And then, of course, like I said, in the binders, they're going to be cuter than this. I'm not going to just leave them like this, of course. That just would not be me. They are going to get their certificate copies, which won't be signed until the day of class, because of course this when they'll be completed. And then I'm going to put a cute cover picture in here in the sleeve, because it's looking a little plain and I want them to be a little cute. So, but I put my hard-earned knowledge, blood, sweat, and tears into this makeup guide. This is essentially my class. Right in here, my techniques. And it was a very humbling experience, because I am very much a gatekeeper when it comes to my techniques, because they're truly very much unique to me. Like, I created everything that I have going right now. And it took a lot for me to put my pride aside and be like, okay, you know, I want to share my actual, my good secrets, my good tips and tricks, like the real. And my baby was born. So before, when I was typing it, I typed it on a different word processor, and it averaged about 40 pages, just about. Once I reformatted it and got it printed right correctly, it's 34 pages. So she's good, she's cute, I love it. I still will add more. This is just a condensed version for my class, because I am going to be publishing my makeup guide. I have to protect my knowledge. I've been in situations where people booked or claimed to have booked some one-on-ones with me and then backed out, and they had already received my old knowledge and ran off with it. Never again. This guide right here, you won't catch me slipping like that. Son, I need you to lay down. Lay down. Everybody is like happy, joy, because I fed everyone. Literally, I woke my husband up. I made him some cinnamon roll pancakes and some sunny side up eggs and some bacon, because my baby loves bacon. And I gave my son over here, the furry-legged friend, his kibbles and bits. And I took some of the bacon grease and drizzled it on there for him, you know, to give him some flavor. So he should be satisfied. He really should be sleepy. For setting spray, I'm giving them one of my holy grails. This is the Ben Nye Final Seal setting spray. I gave them this in their bottles, and this is the perfect size. Oh my god, this was one of my favorite things that I thought of for the class, because say so much. And I'm gonna do like a video on stuff that I did for this class that I would do again, because they just made sense, right? Mostly I'm documenting this for myself, because I can't believe that I did this, so I need some proof. And two, to help others, because like that's what we're here for. I would not be able to have done a lot of what I did without God. I'm about to cry. Without God, some self-discipline that I didn't know that I had, and my tribe of people. Like, I have people that sponsored my first makeup class, sponsored products, sponsored services. I have someone coming to do my social media content for me. I have a client who just offered, oh my God, and this is my first time doing her face, right? She's been supporting me online for years, and she's always so stinking sweet. I did her hair, did her makeup Sunday. That was my last day of work before the class. And she's like, yeah, I'm a caterer, you know? And she offered to cater me cakes for my class. That's the only other thing that I was worried about was food. So I'm like, oh my God, like that is so nice. I can't take you up on the offer. But then I messaged her like, please, oh my God, that's so nice of you. And she offered to sponsor me 2 cakes, not just one, but 2 cakes for my class. And my mother helped me out a lot with getting just a lot of the organizational pieces done and getting all of the things ready for my students. And then my mother-in-law helped me a lot too. She helped me with the bags and just getting all like other little stuff together. It's just amazing to me. Like, I didn't know I had these people in my corner like this many people in my corner like this that want to see me do good, like, and to sell out my first class. It's like, whoa. Like the layout for it, the blueprint of it was built during this first class. Now I'm really just going to be able to run this back. So, and also I need to finish up my business etiquette portion, because I'm including a 30-minute business etiquette piece to the class with my friend slash hairstylist, Aaliyah. She's also going to be my model for the class. So, and yes, my class is for people who want to go into the business of beauty and those who don't and just want to learn on themselves too. But I thought it to be very important that if I'm going to do this, and me being the professional that I claim to be, to touch on proper business etiquette practices, because a lot of what I'm doing and where I'm at is because of how I carry myself in my business. My work was not always this good, you know, like I have clients that are still and have still been with me for like 6 years. I've been doing this 6 years, and they still come to me whenever they have an occasion. It don't have to be every day. I don't judge my girls, but whenever they have something and they want to just be that girl and show out and pop out, and they think of me to be on that face, we keep that relationship going. And it's because of, and this is from my clients' mouths, it's because of the way that I carry myself as a business person. It is the way that my customer service has set me apart and kind of kept them here, and the relationships that we've built together as professional and client. So I figured it'd only be right to introduce those things that have helped keep me here, because it's one thing to be able to do something well, like to be talented, but to be able to maintain and grow, because I don't plan on being behind the chair my whole life. That would leave me stagnant. That's what made me want to get into doing my classes, because at some point you have to grow, you have to expand, and this is where I'm at right now in my life, and I'm done playing small. So I want to help the girls, you know, because these are tips that can be used universally in business too. So that's why I have me, and then I have Aaliyah, who's a hairstylist, who is going to come, and we're going to touch on some topics for the business etiquette portion. We have to today, I really want to get them solidified today, the few topics we're going to speak on, because we have to be on trying to keep everything on time too. I'm very happy, very excited. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but this has really been a great experience for me. And I was just telling one of my friends, like, oh, my mom too. I was talking to my mom, and I was telling her, like, you know, I'm really not as stressed out as I thought I would be putting together an event like this, because this is my first class and it's my first kind of event. I've hosted like pop-up shops before, but nothing like this. This is very much more detailed. So, but it didn't stress me out as bad as I thought it would. Me doing 90% of this by myself. It really felt almost natural. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah. And I planned well. I told my mom last night, I said, this is the most self-disciplined and the least last minute I've ever been in my whole life. It's Tuesday, and I'm basically, like, I could hold a class tomorrow if I wanted to. Like, that's where I'm at. And it's wild to me because it did not stress me as bad as I thought it was going to. Even writing my makeup guide didn't stress me out that bad. I had previous guides that I kind of used to build off of, but as I was going through it, I was going to be like, yeah, okay, I'll keep this. That's what I initially thought I was going to do right. I ended up changing everything because I've learned so much since the first time I wrote that guide. And actually, I revised it last April. So even since April, I've learned so much more, and I've changed my routine so much more that everything was just like, this is all new. This is all new knowledge. This is all perfected knowledge. And from the perspective of, this is my routine. This is what I specialize in. This is what I'm teaching. How do I teach that to people? So it's like, it came natural, truly. I mean, it was nice where I'm like, okay, I need to me coming home from work, me finishing up my clients for the day, and the grace of God, I've still been booked. So me coming home like, okay, I need to put in some minutes, some hours, typing up a page or two, or I have a goal to do this many pages by this time, and that's what I'm gonna do. Right, I'm gonna finish this section today. I'm gonna do this section today, and I have to thank my friend Addie because she keeps me on my toes, because I get distracted easily. But she's like, where are you at on your paper? Texting me. Where are you at on your book? What page are we on today? How many sections do you have left? Like, and it's like, dang, I gotta do it. I have to do it. So it just was like, I'll throw on something on TV and get to typing. I will handwrite some stuff. I've recorded so much, and that's another thing. I'm not used to being in front of the camera, and I'm so used to wanting my image to be perfect. Like, this is bogus for me. This is why I'm really considering calling this series The Real, The Raw, and The Busted, because I've never been seen online like this. Like, I am a beauty professional, and so I represent myself as such. But like, there's a lot of ugly that goes into this too, so I really wanted to show that. And I would be in the car running errands with my mom or my fiance, and handwriting in my notebook new stuff that I'm adding for this guide, and lesson plans for how I'm going to organize the class, so that I stay focused. And it just did not stress me out. Like, it's wild to me. The space was already paid for, covered. Once I got the go from my clients and my supporters to do the class, I went, checked out the space, liked it, paid it in full. One of the things that I'm also happy that I did, because I'm such a let me just do a deposit kind of girl, but had I had worried about a deposit and having to pay the remaining, I probably really would have been more stressed, because like, oh my God, where are all the students at? I have to pay the rest of this money for the space, and I've already booked it, and it would have drove me crazy. I told myself I would not have the class if I did not have at least 30 people say that they would be interested in paying for and learning from me in a class. I had about 40-ish. And so I'm like, okay, we're gonna go get the space. Got the space, cool. This was November. I got the space in November, I believe. And that's when grind time really started. I started lesson planning. I started shopping around for products to put in their kits, because of course I wanted to be feasible. Mind you, at this time I had no tickets sold. I had no students yet. All the money that I had made to get like 60% of this stuff, I want to say maybe 70% of this stuff, was money I made off my clients. And wow, money I made off my clients only. Then 2, I was working still and having to pay booth rent because I work in a shop. Still having to be a good wife, a good partner, still having to be a good daughter. I did nothing for the holidays. We stayed in the house, and I did nothing, literally. We bought nothing for nobody, and I feel so bad, but I know that I'm happy I have people that understand. I was really focused on this. All of my money was going into this. When I announced my tickets, it was Thanksgiving Day, and I got my first ticket on the spot. So I had 3 students. For weeks, I had 3 students for weeks, right? And then it wasn't until like after the week before Christmas that I started getting a couple more students. And then like a week after Christmas, after the holidays, they just started coming. I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all, like, oh my God. I'm texting my mom every day, like, we got so-and-so students, we got another student. And she's like, woohoo, Like, once I started getting students, I did the tickets very strategically too. I made it so that their deposit would cover purchases that I needed to make to fill their kits, and I've already made money back from the space, so this is good, right? And now we're here, and all my sponsors, thank God, I've been in touch with them, and they were able to sponsor me products and/or services. And my fiance is a photographer, videographer, so I have media coverage covered, right? So we're literally just there. I got my outfit this week. I'm gonna do my hair, so I'm stunned and shocked. But yeah, oh Jesus, it's been one. It has so been one, but I will do it again. And what if you learn from this experience? What I learned from this experience is that I'm gonna do it again, and will, and is, and finna run it back. So you guys, I managed to fit just about everything in 4 big boxes. Jesus. So these are all the goodie bags in each of the boxes. I got 3 boxes worth of goodie bags, and then I have another box that has more boxes in it full of like mini stuff that I need. And then the only other box is my stuff for the tables for food.
Purchase your tracks today.
This is it. This is it. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Y'all don't know how good it feels to have part of my living room back. The real, the raw, and the busted. But it comes together. Like, everything comes together. So I have this bag of gift bags, this bag of gift bags, this bag of gift bags. And like I said, this is like, really this is mostly complexion products. I can't give them, I didn't want to just randomly drop these in the bags because I have to match them. But that was my work, my contribution to the class for today. I'm going to eat, lay down, and go through my makeup guide and, you know, get some little notes together for the class so I don't be lost when I get up there to speak. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye. I'm most ecstatic about because I got all my palettes for my students and for myself. Oh, all Juvia's Place palettes. So we have the contour palettes in various shades, and we also have the blush palettes in various shades. So I'm very stinking excited. And mind you, I did say we did get all of the palettes that we needed. We also have the eyeshadow palettes in various shades. I'm most excited for that. So right now we're going to do a quick quality check, make sure everything's good, make sure I have everything, because